So today I'm going to be reviewing Pet Sematary, which is directed by Mary Lambert and is written by Stephen King. I know this movie is 20 plus years old, but to those who haven't seen it yet, I will warn potential spoilers coming up ahead. So the story is about a family who moved to Maine because the father got a job offer to work at the University of Maine as a doctor. After shortly moving in, they meet Judd, who's played by Fred Gwynn, and he introduces them to Pet Sematary. Shortly on into the movie, Judd shows Lewis, who's played by Dale Midkiff, the supernatural abilities of the Pet Cemetery after Church, their cat, the family cat, is tragically run over by a truck that keeps driving by that house. Side note, I felt like that was pretty much the worst place for that family to live. I don't think a baby should be living near a street that is like constantly having these huge semi trucks drive nearby, but we wouldn't have the plot if that wasn't the case. So I will say I like this movie. I think the acting is pretty good. There are a few moments where Dale Midkiff's character, I think he was a little dry with some of the performances. There are some times where he does a really good job, like the main conflict of the movie when it occurs. I thought he did a really good job. He was in mourning, and I felt like that was a good performance. I felt like Judd, played by Fred Gwynn, I thought that was a really good performance. He's probably my favorite character in the movie. The child actors I thought were really good. I know that it's like a stereotype for, children actors to not be that great. But I thought that Autumn Berdal was a good actress in the movie. You could tell that she was really trying hard, and it shows, especially in comparison to some actors in the movie like Dale Midkiff. The movie did a good job at editing moments where they want you to feel comfortable, and the minute you feel comfortable, something happens that like jolts you back and keeps you on your toes again. The trucks passing by, sounds, or just the events, the plot, carrying forth, it'll like throw you back in, make you remember this is a horror movie. So I thought that they did a really good job at that. The writing was good when it came to the subject of the film, which is, death, and how it's a natural occurrence. And I thought it was written really well, the way that the subject was brought up in so many different ways to where you're not sick of that being the only thing that's being talked about in the movie. It's more serious than you'd think it would be. And me going in, I thought this movie was going to be like a slasher or this like over the top creature feature or something like that, but this movie isn't really like that. So if you come in thinking it's going to be like that, it's not. You'll still enjoy it, but think of it or The Shining or anything like that that is like Stephen King related. It's a whole different beast entirely. It's not going to be like that when you go in. There were a few moments in the movie that I felt like could have been cut out. I understand that they are in the movie just to add on and strengthen that message that they're trying to give. But could have been taken out and it wouldn't have made the movie any less. Like, there was this suicide in the movie. I felt like maybe that could have been cut out. I felt like maybe they put that in the movie because where the plot was going, they didn't know what to do with that character at a certain point. And they're like, well, we gotta get rid of her somehow. There was a subplot with Denise Crosby's character having a heart to heart with Lewis about her sister and the condition her sister had and how it affected her and something she wasn't proud of. And I understand why they put it in the movie, because any time before that she was like this perfect housewife kind of image and one dimensional. They didn't really have a lot to give her, and I felt like by having this subplot in the movie you learn that she kind of has a dark side too. She has her own problems like Lewis, and she has her own demons, and it gives her character. And so I feel like if they took that away, it would also take all those characteristics away too. And so I can understand why they put it in the movie. So I think overall, I think I'd give this movie a B minus. So that's my thoughts on Pet Cemetery. If you have agreements, disagreements, or Anything you'd like to say, just put it on the comments below. Give me a like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.